Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 14 of the Thrillos Global Podcast. I'm your host, CJ. Alongside me is Liam. How are you?
Hello, CJ. Good to be back.
Good to be back. Happy New Year to everyone as well. It's been a while. Almost forgot how to do this. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll just get right into it, I reckon. Uh, Olympiakos 4-0 victory over Volos. A much needed victory because we'll get into it in a bit. But every game pretty much now on from here is do or die. Liam, because you managed to wake up at 1 a.m. and watch the game, tell us about it.
Yeah. Well, we are playing really good football. For the first time, I reckon in this whole podcast since we started, we can come on and say, yeah, we're actually playing really good football for once. The passing
Finally.
through the midfield is just insane. It's just insane. Hammers, Fortunis, BL, the interplay, some of the movement is just out of this world. I was telling some people today, Hammers and Fortunis and BL, they're too good for this league, man. They just look way too good. We're banging away the last few games, at least 2 goals by halftime. We've banged away 3 goals at halftime, I think twice in the last 4 games. We're absolutely killing it at the moment. The defense looks really solid. We'll start from the back there. Paskalakis, what a signing. I told you from the start. I called it. He was going to be a good player. And man, he's come in and he's just killing it. He's honestly giving us SAR vibes from back in the day. There's no need to change him. He looks very strong. Looks like a good leader at the back there. And then we finally found a defensive partnership after a lot of struggling and chopping and changing. Sokratis played really well today. Doi is just a gun, and he's only going to improve because what is he? 19 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
Andrea Doi, what a player. He's one to watch for the future. Hopefully, we can keep him for another few seasons because big clubs will definitely start to look at him. Reabchuk, we'll talk a bit about him soon. He actually played well today. There's nothing you can really fault him today. Gave a great ball to Bakambu for, I believe, it was the third goal. Gave a great ball. He actually played well today. Went into his tackles, won every ball that was there to be won. There's been a lot of talk about him leaving. We'll get into it later, but no, he did his job today, and we can't fault him. But something that I don't understand is if he's linked to leaving and not staying, I don't understand why he's playing. It's a very Greek sort of league thing to do. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Roddy Nave looks solid. 2 games we watched him. He had a big chance to score today, hit the bar. Played well though. All around, he's probably definitely better than Andrutsos and probably Vrusai. He's got the experience, you can tell. And maybe give him a couple of games, let him get used to the Greek league. He looks like he could be a solid player for us and heading into the Champions League or whatever qualifiers we're in next year. He's got that experience, so he'll be good for us. Moving to the middle, Huang, absolute beast, absolute baller. We'll talk a bit about him again later.
Yeah.
He has been a fucking insane signing, like just insane. I don't know if you saw the second goal that he scored. The way he ran to retrieve the ball, tackle, and just put away the ball in the top bins like that from outside the box. What a goal. We'll be lucky to keep him next season. He's going to get a lot of attraction, especially after his World Cup that he had in Qatar. Just what's going for us at Olympiakos right now. Yeah, he's a really good player. I really hope we keep him. And then Villa is as solid as always. One of our better players, definitely. Leader on the pitch. And our midfield is that good that we're keeping a player like Samaseku, who's an absolute gun in our team. I think he has the highest market value in our team as well. He's an absolute gun. We'll talk about him as well later. He's only on loan, but he is he's on the bench because these 2 players are playing so well, and even we'll get into the front 3, they're playing well as well. A player of that quality, his buyout option is like 13 million, so he's a good player, and he showed it as well today when he came off the bench with all his interceptions. But our midfield's working really well together. The trust that they have with each other, they knock it around in tight areas, they give it to each other under pressure. It's good. And then the front 3 talks for itself, man. Fortunis, Biel, James. Oh man, I'm just loving watching them and just the way they move around, the way they switch positions. One moment, Fortunis will be on the left, he'll be in the center after, then he'll be on the right. The quick passing, it's just great. And then Bakambu, solid again, scored 3 goals in a row, but he's a bit rash. Like he had another big chance to score today, and he just absolutely blazed it wide from like 10 yards out. whether he's a striker to move forward for us into the next few seasons, we'll see. But he's definitely our best option, I think, going into the rest of this season if we're going to make a solid title chase. And that's how we saw it overall. Really solid performance.
Yep. Thanks for the insight, Liam. And agree with you with pretty much everything. Before we actually get into it, Mr. Dr. Zan, Sue, thanks for joining, mate.
He should have come to us, man, not bloody Al Nassr. Did you see that, CJ? He was linked to us. We were the top favorites to sign him.
For a little bit there, we were linked, but a few pennies off, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
Back
200 million, 200 million Slovakia, not 200 million euros.
Mate, it'd have to sell the bloody both clubs.
Oh yeah.
So back to what you said, Paschalakis. I was one of the guys at the side that doubted that transfer, and I'm eating my words because he's definitely our best goalkeeper. That not to take away anything from Vachlik or Tsolakis. Tsolakis obviously doesn't have the experience yet. He'll get there, but Vachlik, look, just the way Paschalakis is playing, you don't swap a player like that out. And even though Vachlik now is back in training, he's doesn't look likely he's going to stay at the club. I think I might have it wrong, AZ Alkmaar, but again, might have it wrong. But he is rumored to be departing. But until that happens, it's all in the words right now. Back to what you were saying as well, Adria Doi. Man, the guy, I swear, if you turn on the TV and just start watching Olympiakos without having a clue who they are, you think the guy's like 28. The guy's just a gun. It doesn't seem like he's 19 years old.
He looks it as well.
Yeah. And as well with the whole Oleg Ryabchuk situation, he did start and he is rumored to leave, but look, him getting subbed off as well, who knows? Who really knows what's happening? But we'll touch up on the transfers in a bit. What you were saying about Huang as well. This guy has the most accurate passing in the team per 90. So he has a 71.5. He's also our top assister with 4. This guy has changed everything for Olympiakos. In the midfield, at least. He's definitely, of recent memory, the one that works so well with Jan and Villa. It reminds me of Guilherme and Madi Camara at their time. The midfield just seems so compact right now. And that's also going forward. James Rodriguez, Fortunis, Biel. Biel's coming out of his shell. Even though, I think he's still playing a bit out of position, but he's definitely picking up.
I mean, the thing is, they're all we're playing more of a narrow system. We're not finally playing to our strengths. We've got better attacking, 10 sort of players. So Mitchell's sort of brought in a more narrow system where they're able to interchange with each other and play with that freedom, and they're all playing really well. Finally, you can even say the same thing for Fortunis. He's more playing on the right side, if anything. That's not really his main position either, but it's just because they're so narrow and they've got they've got the narrow interplay. They're always linking up with each other. That's why they're playing so well.
Yeah, but the guys are just also so technically gifted on the ball. They can afford to play. They don't need to get wide. And James Rodriguez, man, he's just so good, especially against Ionikos. It wasn't his best game, but man, you just see how good it is. And what you said about Bakambu as well, he does score some bangers, but the guy's a bit of a kraus when it comes to finishing. I think I'm with you on that. Who knows if he's the striker to take us into the next few seasons? Who knows? It's still his first season. He's banging some goals in, so we're getting the results. But for now,
give him some time. It's too early to judge these sort of players. Exactly.
He is our top scorer with 7. So
wow.
Yeah. So at the moment, it's Bakambu with 7, Biel with 5, James Rodriguez with 3. Fortunis with 3 as well. And my God, what a player. El Arabi with 3 as well. This is just the contrast between how we started this season till now. I swear they're two different teams. And that goes to Mitchell. That's Mitchell's doing. He's the guy we should have brought in from the start, honestly. The whole Corberan thing, I'm not saying Corberan is a bad coach. He's obviously killing it with West Brom right now. But for the situation Olympiakos we're in, and still kind of are in, but it's getting better, he wasn't the coach. Out of its depth, nowhere near experienced enough to take such a role on. Mitchell just knows the club. Mitchell has the attitude. He has the arrogance. He knows how to deal with his shit. He knows how to deal with the egos in the club.
Yeah.
He should have been there from the start.
Corberan was always a long-term option, and he needed to get through this first season, and it was just so bad that we couldn't even bear it anymore. But that's all right. That's an old story. We've got Mitchell now. He'll probably be our coach for a few years. So yeah, we're gonna put our trust in him. He's doing a good job so far.
Also with Mitchell, and why Olympiakos are getting the results, it's purely down. He's narrowed the squad down to what he wants.
Exactly right.
He's chosen his endecada, his 11. He's chosen his subs, and he's working with them. And honestly, it's just paying off right now. So that draw against Ike, that draw against Panathinaikos was all bullshit. Doesn't matter. The draw with Panathinaikos was nothing down to players or management. Simply the airport, referees or Malakias.
There's no point in getting into that shit. That's just
no point. But
no, what's it called? That's one thing that pisses me off about Olympiakos. Every season we find like the need to buy like 8 players, and 5 of them end up leaving mid-season. Like, man, just pick a couple players, scout properly and bring them in, because you saw the problems it caused having all these players in and around the squad. The teams work best when you've got a backup for each position roughly, and you know who the main players are. That's all we need. We don't need 5 backups for striker. We're bloody it was a mess. And hopefully they don't do that next season. Hopefully they bring in a few players only, and we don't have to deal with that shit again.
As long as next season we strengthen the areas we need to strengthen, I feel like we're already strong in a lot of areas. There's a couple that are lacking, and the key is to not over-exhaust it as well.
Yeah.
So we obviously are currently in the dire straits with the left-back position, and a couple here and there that are still a bit questionable, but we'll get into that a bit later when we talk about our transfers. So once again, Olympiakos 4-0 victorious this morning. 4-0 against Volos. At the moment, they sit 4th place. They are equal third with Bulk on 35 points. And 3 points in front are Ike with in second place. And the Painters are first place, Panathinaikos, with 42 points. We are 7 behind. But also this morning, a huge result. Panathinaikos get their first defeat, 1-0 to Ike at the Hagia Sophia Stadium. And guys listening, Liam, this is a massive result because it helps Olympiakos inch closer and closer. The heads of Panathinaikos get smaller and smaller. Their heads are in their fucking asses. That's all I have to say. Θέλουν και πρωτάθλημα. They can't play football. Let me tell you, Panathinaikos are going to slip, and it's going to get worse for them. Whether it's Olympiakos, Pauk, Ike, Panathinaikos are not winning the league. Mark my words.
Vazelli feeling the pressure, mate. They're feeling the pressure. They've only won. I think they've only won 1 game since the return.
They drew with Olympiakos? No, they drew with someone.
Yeah, maybe it was Offie. I can't remember. I know it was in the last minute.
1-1 with Offie.
They scored an equaliser. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. 8 minutes stoppage time.
I think they've only won 1 or 2 since the restart. So they're really feeling the pressure, man. Ike's up right up their asses now. We're coming. Bulk's even coming, even though Bulk's shit this season. I don't know how they're equal points with us. We were so bad for the first half, anyways. But yeah, they're in trouble with the and you know what this result means actually today? Not that it means much, but it's back in our hands to put up. We can win. Like we don't have to rely on other results again.
Well, that's the thing.
Something small to think about.
This is the first season where the playoff system actually will help us. Because usually every other time at this stage we're 20 points clear.
So, which is good. I think it's good that it's competitive this season because by this time the games you still watch, but it's not as like entertaining because obviously you've ran away with the league. You're not playing for much. No, it's good that everyone's in with a chance. This is how the Greek league should be. Competitive. Everyone's got pretty good squads. Ajax got a great squad. Panathinaikos and Daxi, they're all right. It's good. It's not bad. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the title race this season. Hopefully, it's good.
Yeah, and it definitely makes the games more interesting. And I think this is what the airport were probably going for. Like this situation in the league where the playoffs will be important. I still stand strongly. It should just be first place wins the league. Yada yada.
I think everyone does, but I think they should have never changed that format from 16 to 14. But anyways,
Gala.
It's all about the lefter, CJ. All about the lefter. Those extra games.
Panathinaikos, they can't. The painters are getting more expensive for the Kathizmanta. All right. Anyway.
One more thing we spoke about last podcast, but the crowds in the Greek league have been insane this season.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, but crowd
numbers for like 12 years or something.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's what we need.
And you know why? Because it's competitive. That's what it is.
It is competitive. And honestly, I don't know. I love Olympiakos, don't get me wrong, but Ajax fans this season are something else. They're unreal right now. As a neutral supporter,
Ours are the best in the world.
Ours are the best, obviously, but it's a nice stadium. You got to give it to them. They get a turnout. The Panathinaikos fans, once they put down the paintbrush, they start watching the game. It is what it is. Anyway, moving on. Next game, 12th of January, we versus Atromitos in the Kipelo. I'm not too sure the stadium. So we're playing we're playing away.
We are playing away. We won 4-1 in the first league. It's all
1-4-1 in the first game. Should see it through. Would you like to see like a bit of a rotation in that one?
There will be a rotation, 100%.
Yeah.
Masudas will start. Gary Rodriguez will start. El Arabi will start. Obviously, Jolaki will definitely start. Retsos, I don't know who the other centre back will be. You'll see. Hopefully, Marcelo plays. Andruzzo will probably play, and then you have the midfield rotating as well. Samaseku, Bukhalaki, Kasami, whoever it is, players will get rotated in there as well. Because we've won. There's no point. We've got a big game against Ardis next Monday. There's no point, over exerting the players.
That's right. That's a big game against Ardis as well because they've dropped some points, so they're gonna. And they beat us earlier this season.
Shit. So. They're shit this season, man. They're so bad.
Alan Pardew.
He's a joke.
I can't believe they signed him. They sacked their coach for Alan Pardew.
Ardis as well. One more fun fact: they've only got one Greek player in their entire squad. That's they're like normal
is that Manos?
Squad.
Who is
and
that?
It's the no, it's Siam Bunnies, the reserve keeper or the sub keeper.
Well, that's not a good example of what we're trying to achieve here in the Greek league.
Well, exactly. As a Greek club, you should want to play some young Greek kids, as all the other clubs are sort of trying to do. Or most.
A bit off topic, but Real Madrid the other day started for the first time without a Spanish player in their squad.
I saw that. Yeah.
In their history.
In their history, yeah.
In their
150-year history, yeah.
That is insane. But
there honestly should be a rule that's like you need to have at least 4 Greeks in your squad because it's a great club at the end of the day. You should be trying to promote, But anyways,
doesn't matter, man. I mean, look, they're copying it on the chin now, so doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Aris is not our business. We should get the win. Τελείωσε υπόθεση. Before we get into everything else as well, I just want to talk about Fortounis a little bit. And my God, he's a different animal. He's a different breed. He's the best version of himself he's ever been. Agreed or disagree?
100%. He's over the last since the restart, he's been our best player by
I'm
a
just
mile.
gonna read you some stats. Now,
Yeah, go on.
this guy hasn't played much football with us this season. So he has the most, this is out of the entire team, the most shots on target per 90, the most shots per 90. This is a guy that's played all up 8 games. That's not from the start as well. Some games he's been subbed
Only
on in
4
the
from the start.
last
Yeah.
5-10 minutes. Plus, he's our second player with the most successful tackles per 90. A midfielder. Now, this just makes me very curious. What Martin saw that he was like, no more. Fortunis is done. I don't know what happened with Corberan either. I think he was injured with Corberan most of the time. But
let's not even talk about that again, man. I honestly don't know. But it's probably got to do with other stuff that we have no idea about. And it's best he's playing again. Let's just not worry about it. Enjoy him while he's on the pitch.
No, I'm not saying to go back then, but it's just like, did Martin's, him rejecting Fortunis wake something up in Fortunis? Because the guy is not only killing it on the pitch, the guy's in peak physical condition. He's never looked that good. He's never looked that bloody good. Let me tell you. He's
since starting every game, he's getting a goal contribution. Well, if you count the penalty he won this morning, which I thought he was going to take actually, but BL took the ball. And then he got the secondary assist. He got the ball from the defense and just sprayed a 55-meter pass to the Abchuk, who whipped it into Bakambu. It was a great ball. So he's creating everything, man. This guy, he's doing a lot. The most creative player of the last few games, definitely.
Yeah, agreed.
Essential. He's essential in this team at the moment. Like he's the reason why we're scoring so many goals every game.
But I think the midfield we have now, so Huang and Villa, Rodriguez, BL Fortunis, they're going to be they're just going to be every game in there, especially when we make it to, I'm hoping we make it Europa, Champions League, Conference, whatever the hell the case is. They're going to be the reason we go far in those competitions.
Well, this is a question to Mount, though. When we play these big teams, well, when I say big, don't want to say that word, but anyways, when we play Panathinaikos, Bulk, Ike, even Addis maybe next week, do we go with 3 attackers like that and Huang, or do we push Huang into that 10 role and put Samaseku as the holding midfielder just for that extra stability? Because let's be honest, if we look at them off the ball, BL doesn't run, Fortunis hardly runs, or they'll make an effort if the ball's there, but other than that, they're gone. Hammer's same thing. Can you take that risk against big teams? I want to see them play attacking, and I want to see them work hard, but can you take that risk in big games against, Panathinaikos, PAOK, especially away games? I don't know. It'll be something we're going to have to wait and see.
Look, I think the way Mitchell's working it now, it's fine. I think...
Yeah.
Look, I understand getting some pace behind the ball down the flanks and all that. It's always good. But we got so much talent behind the ball. I don't think it's detrimental whether it's going to be the reason we lose against a team like Panathinaikos or Ike or Ardis. But look, if I'm honest with you, I think the only team we're going to struggle with, struggle, is Ike. That's just because their team's really good. It's not because we're lacking here or lacking there. They just have a really good team.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm a bit concerned.
Look,
I'm a bit concerned about that.
I wouldn't even be concerned because if Mitchell has a plan, he should just stick to his plan regardless whether we lose a game to Panathinaikos or Ike. We have to continue the season knowing, and we didn't start off great. We might not win this season. We just need to accept that. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Obviously, I want to win, but there's still some things in the club that need to be sorted out, and that's what this season is for. I think we could still win 100%. I'm just saying, there's the chance it might not happen.
Well, the goal, well, maybe not the goal, but we'd be all happy if we finished second and got that Champions League qualification.
100%.
That's definite.
The target for this season, whether it's Champions League or conference, we need to be playing in Europe next year. That is just what we have to do.
Conference isn't Olympiakos standard, man. With especially with this team, if you seriously think we're going to keep players like Huang and Hummers to be playing Conference League next season, you're kidding yourself. Hummers and Huang and these players are elite. If we make Conference League, we don't qualify for that Champions League spot, they're gone. Hummers isn't sticking around to play Conference League next season. If we make that Champions League spot, there's a very high chance we'll be able to keep some of these players. Conference League isn't their level, man. They're way too good for that.
I agree with you.
Yeah. We need. There's Conference League is not an option. We need to finish in that second spot, or else this season's a bit of a. No, it is. It's a massive disaster. If we don't finish second at least, shocking season.
Definitely.
There's no Conference League. You got to qualify as well for the Conference League. We don't want that shit. That's BS, man. That's not what even if we win the Conference League, it's like, we're one of the better teams in there anyways. No, we need to be playing Europa League minimum.
No, I definitely agree with you, but we just have to go off what we've been given this season so far.
Yeah.
If Olympiakos carried on the same way they did before the Christmas break and even earlier, would you think that team's capable of making it to the Champions League? I think right now they are.
Yeah, with a few fixings.
But the problem is, it's not a problem. It's just facts. Ike have a really good team. Panathinaikos have an edge on us as well. That's why these games against Volos, Aris, Ionikos, fucking Panathinaikos, whatever the hell the case is, needs to bloody win. Whoever the case is, we need to win every bloody game.
Yeah. No. We've just got to see, man. We've got to.
Yeah, no, I don't see this squad staying around if we don't make even Conference League.
Oh, no chance.
Europa League and up is where we should be.
Correct.
Moving on, we'll just dive into the transfers. Bella has moved to Blackpool. So I think Nottingham own Bella and he's been loaned to Blackpool. So he's gone.
He had potential. He was a pretty good player.
He had potential. But look, if he's not in the plans, he's not in the plans. Some people need to make a cut. I don't think he was like a breakout star for me, though, if I'm honest.
No, he wasn't.
Fuente's loan has been terminated. He goes back to Marseille. Less said about
probably a player who should have been given a bit more of a chance, but it's just another. It just shows how ridiculous that. Why are we bringing in these players if they're not going to play? I know there's been a lot of changing in coaching and stuff, but man,
yeah,
it's just ridiculous.
There's a few things with Fuente about a couple of chances. Anyway, we won't get into it. But Vachlik back in training, but rumored to leave. Nothing is certain as of yet. Now, probably I need to find it.
Was it AZ? I think it was Alkmaar, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah. That's all right. It doesn't matter too much, but yeah, he's rumored to. Well, with Busker like his form, you'd expect that because there's no way he's getting dropped at the moment.
Oh no, I wouldn't drop him either. Especially,
he's been one of our. He's probably been overall with Huang our best player like this season.
There's actually some things I want to challenge you with what you just said, but I'll get into that a bit later. I actually can't find who Vachlik's rumored with. Doesn't matter.
Otherwise, the echo bad. My headphones just died.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Is there bad echo?
Yeah, we can hear you. No, it's all good. Good. Probably the biggest one. Rabchuk is rumored to depart to Bologna on a 4 million transfer deal. Liam, I'll let you go first with that one.
My thoughts on it?
Yeah.
I mean, my position with his left back will stay the same. I want to see Doran Leitner play. We brought him in for a reason. He's a young kid. He could be, you saw what we do with Simikos. I really want to see him play. He's got great stats from where he was. He's a major player in the Israeli team. Like, he starts every game and he's very important to them. Don't know why he's not been given a chance. I don't know if Mitchell doesn't like him or whatever. And the thing is, with such a narrow system, our fullbacks are getting so far forward, and he's got great attacking stats. He had some of the best stats for like 20-year-old left backs in the world. Something I can't remember what the stats were now. Why is he not being given a chance at least? So if Marcelo's going to leave, if Realchuk's going to leave, against these teams like Volos, Ionikos, just play him, man. Just play him, unless he's leaving as well. Just play him. Like, this is the shit that baffles me about the club. I really don't know sometimes what they're thinking. I don't understand why you're playing players who are going to be leaving in maybe the next week or 2 weeks later, unless they're fake rumors.
Well, we did that with Diquinho early this season.
It's just ridiculous.
He left
man.
the next day.
It just shows a lack of structure, a lack of planning, and everything. Doran Liner should be playing. Realchuk can keep him as a backup if you want him, or sell him. But Doran Liner, I at least give him a chance to like see what he's got.
Yeah, I think all Olympiakos fans feel mutual to what you just said about Realchuk. I think they also want to see Leidner or Marcel up there, and Realchuk's just like the perfect bench left back.
Marcelo's not fit enough. I don't think he's fit enough.
Yeah, no, I don't think he is. But
against a
come on, you'd love to see Marcelo play.
When he started that first half against Atromitos, he was getting absolute skissed on that side. Like, they were just bombarding him.
It's because he just ate a gluten-free Yidaviko before. He's trying to diet. But look, I think Realchuk's time's up. If we could get 4 million for him, I'd take it. Honestly,
that's good. Like, very good.
We're not. Yeah,
I don't know who's paying him that much.
It's Bologna from Syria.
What is going? What are their scouts?
I think Liko Yannis plays there. I might be wrong, but who knows? Mate,
who's scouting this bloke for
if someone wants to pay 4 mil, I'm not going to blink an eye. Just yep. There you go. Thank you, Realchuk. Thanks for the memories. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Some
of this shit just baffles me, CJ. Honestly, just so confused.
Mate, what also baffles me is how that Realchuk has been our most consistent player for the last 3 years. I don't get it.
In terms of playing wise, yeah.
Yeah, he just plays every freaking game.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I would love to just say that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Koundé has gone on loan to Bochum. Bochum, whatever the hell they're called. Thoughts on that?
He was good. He really fit Martin's system because he worked hard. You know, he had that power, he had that drive through the middle. But with his new system that we play, quick ball movement, triangles, looking to get in between the lines to the ball to Fortunis, James, Biel. He doesn't fit that. He's not that sort of on-ball type player, and that's why Hwang and Villa are playing because they're very good technically. So yeah, it makes sense why he's gone.
Yeah. And
that's another example of Mitchell getting rid of someone who's not part of his plans.
That's it. We got enough depth in that position. One that's probably sniffed under the radar, Kenny Lala, is gone, and he's been gone since December. So if it's worth bringing up, well, it is now. Yanis Masouras has been sold. Boy from Larissa. To who? I had it up before, but I got rid of it.
It was in Poland, I believe.
I think so, yes. Where is it? Doesn't matter. Well, that's all the transfer news so far, to be honest. But there's also a couple players that I'm very curious about. Cisse, Ba. I don't know. There's no news on them.
I think they're both on their way out.
I think so too.
Because it looks like...
Hello, Greg. Thanks for joining.
Craig, how are you, lad? Chuck us a big comment. I think the backup for the centre backs is Retos. So I think they're both gonna probably be sold or at least on loan.
Yeah. No.
Cisse, since that game where he got into the argument with the fans, hasn't really appeared. I don't think.
No, he hasn't. He's Well, he's gone through a bit of a tough time personally as well. I think he lost his nephew.
Yeah.
Might have it wrong, but regardless, what some of those fans did was wrong. But no news from them. No news about anything as of yet. But we'll definitely keep you posted. What I wanted to say, Liam, as well. I think someone people aren't really talking about much. About their commitment and why Olympiakos have picked up such a huge amount of form as of recent is Sokratis Papastathopoulos. He has the most clearances per 90, most blocks per 90. Also the most fouls committed. That doesn't matter. Look, he's been such a gun. Him and Adria Doi are like such a good partnership, and it's a bit of a shame that he's getting up there. He's 34, 33.
Yeah.
But let's just enjoy it for now.
Oh, I think CJ has cut out. I don't know what's happened here. Olympiakos need prime FIFA 1920. That's
Mate, I don't
Donis.
know what happened there.
Wait, bring up Greg's comment just then.
Olympiakos need prime FIFA 1920 Donis.
That's what's Donis. Remember we were linked to him once. Someone I was going mental. He was a gun back then. So the story behind this is I used to have a Greek team on my ultimate team. I used to make a full Greek team and pass around the back. I'd force the other team to press me, and then I just knock the ball through ball to Donis because he had 96 pace, and I would just score. And I beat Greg with him so many times.
Sweaty. That guy's fallen, eh? Where's he now?
He has. I don't know where he is now.
Yeah, there's a Panathinaikos effect right there.
Mm.
Does his player play for them? Sorry, his brother. His brother plays for
the midfielder.
Panathinaikos, I think. Yeah. Or Kreas.
Christos Adonis, I think.
Yeah.
Before back on your point, Sokrati, he's a great leader. And him and Pascalaki at the back have been really they've provided really good stability. We conceded against Yanina, but Doi didn't play that game, I believe. Or no, Sokrati didn't play that game. So since Sokrati's come back in, we haven't conceded a goal yet. So
what a gun!
Yeah, hopefully he's got one more season for us next season as well.
Hopefully, I think he does.
I agree.
Also, I'm just looking at some more stats here. James Rodriguez, most chances created in the team.
Makes sense.
I really hope he stays next year.
Well, it's going to all come down to whether we make the Champions League or not.
I think so too.
I don't really know what his extra year clause thing is, but I'm presuming it's got something to do with Champions League and stuff like that. So
I know Marcelo's is if he plays a certain amount, it's automatically renewed.
That's why he probably is missing games here and there because they don't want to renew his contract.
Honestly, I wouldn't either.
Anyways, whatever.
He loves the Jiravika, that one. I think that about wraps it up for today. Let me check, actually, the questions, if we got any.
You put them up late, so...
I did put them up late. That's my bad. Oh, we do have one. What? I think it's one of your mates, Liam. What do we think of the rumors saying Vincent Abubakar Chase joining?
You know Abubakar?
He's leaving. I forgot to mention that Abubakar Kamara, but yeah.
Abubakar Kamara. But you know who Abubakar Chase is? Or Vincent Abubakar?
No. Oh, is that the one for Cameroon?
Yeah, the one that got sent off.
Yeah. Mate, he killed it against Serbia. That was my favorite game of the World Cup.
He scored.
I wouldn't complain if we got him. Dead set.
Oh yeah, he's probably better than our options right now.
He's the striker to move forward with. That's what I reckon.
Oh, yeah. Who said that, by the way? Can we have a name?
Yeah, well, let me name
Vrushenko. I'm putting my money
on.
on.
I think you have it right. Hang on, give me a sec. It was Vatsalved.
Oh, Vatsul.
Yeah.
That's good. Shout out to Vatsul.
Shout out. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for today.
Good to be back.
Good to be back. Thanks,
the audience
everyone, for joining.
To the Christos masterclass today.
Yeah. Christos is upset he couldn't join us, but he'll definitely be back for the next show. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook. Also, check out Liam's page, which I have been tagging in the post. So you'll be able to follow him there. And that's all. All righty. Good night, everyone. Cheers.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.